Crypto fam, good to see y'all today. Oh, I almost hit the end stream button. What up, guys? Good to see y'all. Oh, ain't got no music on. Let's get this stuff rolling. There we go. What up, guys? Sorry, we had to let viral videos go, man. Who shows up to somebody's live stream and just starts being a negative little bitch right off the bat, man? Shit cracks me up, man. Kick fucking rocks, bro. That's how I roll. Let's dive into it today. Honestly, I don't feel like doing shit. I just came out here to kick it with y'all. Jari, what up? What up? Raj Kumar, what up? What up, homie? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. What's going on, guys? How we looking? How we looking in this market? Taking a look at Bitcoin. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun, man. If Bitcoin breaks out, I think we're running, like completely running, full bull run. Kadena, it says right there, man, right in the title. 179 days. Silver gold photography. What up, homie? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yo, Crypto Santa. What up, homie? Man, you know how hard is it? Viral vid's been in here for a minute, man. Why the FC's showing up being such a negative little bitch today? I had to give him the boot, man. How do you go? How do you wake up and just like first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come to somebody's live stream and I'm gonna bring them down, man? You're like, what the fuck, man? What's wrong with people? Crypto, I missed the Kadena news. Hopefully soon, $50. What does that mean? You missed it. Roush, what up? What up? I need my vape. I just grabbed that screwdriver. I thought that screwdriver was my vape. I tried to play that one off like I didn't think that the screwdriver was my vape. I caught myself doing it and I was like, I wonder if anybody else caught that. And I just kind of pretended like to play with it. And I'm like, what do you play with a fucking screwdriver for, bro? They totally caught you, man. You're busted. Victor, what up, man? Croatia in the house. Indian Kitchen, what up? KDA to 300. I just need 57 now. Fractal Squirt, what up? Yeah, man. Maybe needed a Snickers, man. George Coleman, what up, homie? Good to see you, man. Riza, what up? What up? Rush, let me get this one here. I got this. Kumar, what up? Raushan Kumar, what up, homie? Good to see you guys. George, what up? Victor, what up? Ocean X Fishing in the house. Kadena to 45K. Let's go, man. Stuart G, what up, homie? Good to see you, man. Greece, greetings from Greece, my man. I can't read your name, but shout out to Greece. What up? What up? Tiuepeka? Let me give it a shot. Oh, you got that one. I won't try to repeat Siri. She's got a point. Can you guys hear Siri? Oh, maybe you can. Maybe you can't. I don't think you can. Now I can't hear Siri. Shit. Hall Balls Chains, GH Crypto. You know if you have to ask if a crypto's a scam, pretty good chance it's a scam, you know? John, what up? Namey, what's good? Crypto, what up? Shout out to the Philippines. Philippines, what up? What up? Miguel, what's good, homie? You know, Drip, I'm not sure on, man. It seems like it's really a really popular community, but like we've seen with almost every community in crypto, Gary Vee does a pretty good job explaining it when he's like, you know, if you go back to 1990, you know, whenever it was, 1990s, and he goes, and you take a look at my high school in the 90s, right? And that's when Michael Jordan was on the Bulls and everybody was a Bulls fan. He's like, you'd walk into high school and he's like, guess how many Bulls fans were in high school? He's like, 100%, you know, and he's like, they were the most diehard, loyal, you know, community of fans that you'll ever meet. And he goes, and guess how many, you know, fast forward 10 years, you know, guess or 20 years or 50 years, whatever. He's like, guess how many Chicago Bull fans are in my high school? He goes, 0. You know, when the project's hot and the community's happy because they're making money, the project's 6 months old, less than a year old, and just for a year it's done good, you know, your community's going to stay loyal while they're all making money. But we've just, you know, Cardano is a pretty good example of, like, you know, community gone wrong. You know, I think it got so bad that Charles had to start buying Cardano himself, or the Cardano Foundation had to start buying back Cardano, because there wasn't anybody that was even talking remotely bullish of that project. And you know, they made one hell of a little comeback right here. This is a nice little bullish sprint up. So things like Drip and these other new projects, you know, because the coin's hot right now for 6 months or a year, I'm kind of leery on it. But I'm kind of leery on everything in this space. I'm still like, I mean, it's just statistical fact that 95% of these projects are going to zero. And there's only a few that you can be confident in, that you can say, yeah, I'm pretty confident that this one's not going to zero, you know? You know, Zill took that last, you know, a lifeline, I guess you would call it, right? Like, Zill was at a point where it was either compete against people like Kadena and try to be a layer 1 project when your architecture and design is just not quite there to compete, or go all in on metaverse and create a blockchain that is not going to be bottlenecked with transactions, because they never really completed their whole, we're going to be a big layer 1 competitor in the space. So, I mean, this is a perfect example. If Zill crushes this on their metaverse, this will go to show us exactly what a project can do if they fail at everything but just nail one gaming project and nail it right. So I don't have any opinions. I don't play the game. I don't know. I don't own any Zill, and I haven't done 40 hours worth of research into their project to give you anything else outside of just, hey, I'm an ignorant ass. I'm Ryan Mata. I'm pretty much negative on 90% of these projects. You know, I don't want to bring anybody down. New year, new man, guys. Just took me till March to figure it out. April. Is it March? March. It's March still. You know, Parabus I like because it's a low cap gem, and if things turn on Crypto G, GH Crypto, search Ryan Mata H bar and come back in about 5 minutes. Nah, I couldn't, Aussie Drew. I'm in the United States, my dude. GH Crypto, I love you, my dude. That's normally how we roll. MIK, I work for you guys, man. I'm here to help you and answer any questions I can. Got coffee on deck. I don't think I can see my breath down here, but it's pretty damn chilly down here. What you want to know about Kadena, Miguel? Arslan, I don't know about Bitcoin. I'm short on Bitcoin. I'm long on Luna. I'm long on Kadena. I got limit buy orders set down here for Bitcoin longs. I still got my DCA targets set down here at 3,500. I still got my bags packed on Bitcoin. You know, I'm prepared for pretty much any scenario. If we break out and run, I think we're going to put in new all-time highs. I really do. If we can get out of this 45K zone, I say at the very, very least, we're running up to the high 50s, if not possibly to a new all-time high. Now, I'm not saying that we're not coming back down to the 30s and 40s, because I think that's... I think there's we still haven't really had that catalyst that's gonna propel us up into you know maintaining these higher levels. I think that there's it's any day now kind of thing. So we're all just sitting on the sidelines, but I would expect like this was a pretty big flush out, guys. I mean, this was a pretty big flush out. So now can they get the market to flip bullish, or maybe we come down one more time just like the 38 or 39, and then we try to break out again. It's just going to all depend on how bullish the USA markets are tomorrow. I do, GH Crypto. Search Ryan Matta how to withdraw Kadena. Or search Ryan Matta how to buy Kadena and send it to CatX wallet. Yeah, it just got posted yesterday, my dude. Luna's got a kill switch built in, man. That's my favorite thing about Luna. Yeah, I mean, if you think Luna's centralized, then that means you dislike 99% of projects in the space. Anything that's proof of stake, every single proof of stake chain is, I mean, they all have their own little, if we do this governance token and you own 37 tokens and you stake them for 72 days, that means that you couldn't have just been any VC off the street that just bought our bags. So you had to pack your bags. You had to, you know, how many coins of Kadena you hold does not give you any rights to the network. I'm just, that's the part that you got to let sink in, right? I own 17,580 something coins of Kadena now. It depends if I find the 125 I lost in Zelcore. But I don't get to vote. I don't get to say what. I didn't get to buy my way into the Kadena network. Just how many coins of Bitcoin do you hold? Does that dictate what happens to the Bitcoin network? No, it doesn't. How many coins of Solana you hold? Does that dictate what happens to the network? Yeah. So if Jeff Bezos wants to own Solana tomorrow, guess what? If Elon Musk wants to own Solana, or Elon Musk wants to own Ethereum, or any one of these crypto projects, you guys gonna be working for Elon Musk. Suddenly, I don't know, is 180 days suddenly? We've been saying Kadena to $50 for well, it'll be a year in September. Yeah, ecosystem development's getting ready to turn on. Yeah. Fractal Squirt, what up, homie? Oh, X Wallet for sure, man. If you can get Zelcore to work with Kadena, then I don't know. I'm just waiting for the next Zelcore upgrade, man. I'm still butthurt. I was told to go to a Discord to get my coins out of there. I'll just leave them there. Never use the wallet again. Kinetic, what up, homie? I worked my ass off for that bag, man. All summer long. Nah, CMX, I don't know how to mine Flux. I gave up on that too. It was too difficult. But Kite got it figured out. So Kite's going to teach me. Less than 10%. I just spent all my stable coins yesterday. Not all of them, but majority of my stable coins. The market's so on the borderline of being bearish or bullish. If we run right now, I don't want anything in stable coins. If we come down, I still think we're only going to come down to 37 or 38. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say 100%. I do got I think like $3,000 set in limit buy orders down here for Bitcoin. So a little bit, maybe $3,000 of stables. And my portfolio is, let's take a look. I gotta update this thing. I haven't updated in a minute. I gotta add and I don't have my low cap gems in here, just a few, just my big assets. And I still haven't added the 500 more Kadena I bought the other day, so. Yep. So add about 220,000, 230,000, 240,000, give or take. Yo, Arlene, what up? Only till 100K subscribers, so if you guys could help hit that like button, man. Nah, Stuart, I sent it over. Takes 15 minutes. Are you on a Windows computer, Stuart? Yeah, I know. I wish I could set it up, guys. I tried. I spent 4 hours trying to figure out how to mine Flux. And I was mining Ethereum back when it was, you know, a couple dollars. I've built 20 card mining rigs. I'm not a noob when it comes to mining. I understand how to set up batch files and understand how to set everything up and how important it is to make sure every space is in the right spot and every period, you know. Yeah, I use RSI is pretty much the only indicator that I really rely on. I'll turn on something like the VPVN or whatever that thing's called just to take a look at things. But yeah, I agree, David. I agree for sure. I don't think there's really a limit to Tesla power. I don't know anything about Tesla or what your portfolio or risk management looks like. And I don't know what else is in your portfolio, but not having Kadena in your portfolio, I would assume most likely won't be a positive thing, if I'm right about Kadena. It'll never reach 100. Oh man. Okay. If 30's good, I'll still be a half a millionaire. I need to hit $57 now and I'll be a millionaire. So, and I'm just praying that, like, the worst thing that I would say could happen for Kadena right now would be Bitcoin going up right now. Because, I mean, Bitcoin started to go and Kadena hasn't really budged off bottom yet. So, you know, without CADEX on, without any underlying fundamentals to drive up the price of Kadena outside us just talking about it, and I don't know how I can be any louder about how much potential it has. And they're not going to get any love from Coinbase. They're not going to get any love from Cointelegraph. They're not going to get any love from any of these other big, outside of YouTubers like Crypto R Us and a few others that are now talking about it. It's such a dominating threat to everything else in the industry. Outside of Bitcoin, outside of Luna, outside of the few assets that have their own really strong niche. It's definitely a threat to Cardano. It's definitely a threat to Solana. It's definitely a threat to Avalanche. It's definitely a threat to Polkadot, right? So you have, I don't know, I would say, and Ethereum too, right? So it's between Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, Solana, AVAX, and Polkadot. You know, you probably got about over $500 to $750 billion that in theory would go, I don't want to say go to zero, because Ethereum could have CryptoKitties still on it. Like, Ethereum's not going to go to zero because there's just so much infrastructure built on top of it that'll never leave it. But we already see it. You can already see it with the adoption rate of Ethereum slowing down. You can see it with the wallet downloads slowing down. You can see it with everything. And they still obviously are still growing because it's Ethereum, more new wallets every day. But if you look at how many new wallets people were downloading a year ago versus how many new wallets are getting downloaded today, percentage wise, their network growth is drastically slowing down. Just take a look at gas fees, you know, where it's kind of bullish right now, and gas fees are like $12 yesterday. Not because Ethereum did anything to fix their gas fee issue, just because less people are using the network. Less people want to use it, you know. Yeah, I think Flux nodes are worth buying. Not yet, Aussie Drew. Well, I mean, you can if you want to lose it all on a centralized exchange. Ryan, why would you even come to somebody's live stream and shield your negative ass vibes, man? Pulse chain. I thought you were talking about Kadena. Well, Ryan, why? Like, what services does Pulse deliver that you can't get on a better chain? You can't tell me one service that Pulse is going to deliver that you can't get on another chain that's already up and running, that already does it better than Flux. And there's no way that any big institutional players are going to come into Flux. There's no development taking place on their blockchain. He hasn't even built anything yet. There is no chain. I mean, there might be a fork, but there's nothing. There's no development on it. There's no code getting wrote. There's no comments getting submitted. There's nothing. It was supposed to be ready already. Like, you forked something. You realize that that Binance forked Uniswap originally, and launched Pancake Swap in less than 7 days. And it hasn't really changed much since. So all Richard Hart has to do is fork something and turn it on, you know, update the code, modify some things, make some good changes, and develop and add pairs and assets and all the things that you have to add because they're all new tickers, all new everything. So there's like, yeah, you could fork it and be up and running in a week. You just have to make some code changes, and there's no code changes being made. And that's just fact, my dude. Hell yeah. I sponsored myself with Kadena. And by that, I mean I worked my ass off 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, took a job back, worked in a year, did nothing but study blockchain, and put everything on the line so I could work my ass off and gain all the Kadena I bought. Kadena team hasn't even given me anything. Not even, oh, they bought me breakfast one time. Does that count? No, a couple over easy eggs and some hash browns. Thank you. How do I say that? Savior? F89. What up, homie? Luke D. Luke, I'm putting 2,000 on the button. Man, if my predictions are right, you don't have to put any money, man. We'll all be just hanging out here. Then I can use the intro. If you like making money, well, good. So I got the richest crypto community on the whole wide world interweb. Taking the squad's portfolio from 0 to 100 real quick. It's so cool, man. There's just, I don't want anything, man. Nah, if you become a brand ambassador for all these projects, you can't talk about price. They'll show up like crypto.com was. Like, I'd just be streaming like this talking about Crow, and my phone would be going off. Bro, make sure you tell them that this video is not sponsored by Crow. You know, I told the Crow team. I was so pissed. I grabbed my phone. I was like, listen here, bro. I don't fucking work for you guys. Let's get that shit straight real fucking quick, man. You paid me to sponsor 3 videos. This live stream is not sponsored by you. So if you guys think you're going to come to my fucking live stream and tell me how to do my job, y'all can take that money back and kick fucking rocks right now. I'll refund you 100%. I don't feel like having that conversation with the Kadena team or any other project. I just pack my bags on it, man. It's like Bitcoin. Bitcoin's gone up 100. Kite said it beautifully yesterday, right? I go, Kite, well, you're not bummed out, man. You got all that Bitcoin and you're not staking it, earning passive income, you know? And he looks at me and goes, buddy, he goes, Bitcoin goes up on average 170% per year, every year. He goes, that 170% a year is enough interest for me. I don't need to earn anymore. And I'm like, damn, bro, that sounds so good when you say it like that. I think Kadena is going to go up on average, you know, 10,000% per year for the next 3 to 4 years. Eventually it will hit a plateau, you know, around 750 million or 750 billion to $1 trillion market cap by 2030, but there's going to be no stopping it. I got one game right now that I have in my head that I am just dying, man. Dying to build on Kadena. Doesn't even have to be first. Bloke, thanks, homie. Is that bloke or block? I think it's bloke, right? BLOKK, it says. Siri said. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Shiba, no. Raw TP1 is only, it's per chain, my friend. That's what people don't understand. It's per chain. They have the ability to add infinite amount of chains. Like right now, their TPS is like 10 to 20 times faster than Ethereum per chain. And Kadena has 20 chains. So if one chain is, say, 10 times faster than Ethereum, and they got 20 chains, then they're 200 times faster than Ethereum and whatever. Their advertised speed is 480 chains when they get up to, what is it, 100,000 blockchains? Like they could go up to 50 chains. Like they went from 10 to 20 chains. It doesn't matter. It's all about size requirements when it comes to scalability. They're the best block. They are the best layer 1 or layer 0, I guess you'd call it. Layer 0 blockchain in the industry. 100 times over with infinite ability to scale. Bishu, I don't know about. I looked into Zill yesterday, but funding is so high right now. I wouldn't be surprised if market makers push price up one more time. Just because funding is so positive. If you stepped in there right now, what is like literally like a 1%? You know, normally funding's at like 0.01%. And it's at 1% right now, or 1.2%. So if I opened up a $100,000 long, in theory, I could get $10,000 in funding every 8 hours just for sitting there in that trade. So market makers, when funding's that high, they're actually incentivized to not let it get dumped on and to hold price there and then just close out their trades and then dump it on everybody, right? So it's super hard when funding's that high to short things. If you didn't learn on Jasmy and a few of these other coins that had really high, ApeCoin I think was one of them, Jasmy was one of them. You expect them to dump and they're not dumping. You can't wrap your head around it because market makers, big whales, are making too much money just sitting there and price just staying at that level. They changed the emission rate. Yeah. With consensus of the network, right? You know, they can't just change anything. Kadena developers can't just go in there and change it. They got to put it to a vote. So Flux created what is Amazon AWS does for free. So for example, you own 1,000 Flux and you want to set up a Flux node. And this is where it gets really confusing. And I got a ton of videos out there that explain more about what Flux is. But honestly, I've interviewed every single founder on their team. I've interviewed Dan probably 20 times. I've done what is Flux, the Web3 evolution. I probably have more content on Flux than the Flux team does on YouTube. And I have no clue what Flux. I just believe in Dan, man. I don't know what drives up the price, but if you want to secure the network and you want to be a node validator, you need to rent X amount of hardware, or you need to have a computer, you know, like you can stand up a Theta node and get rewarded for basically processing transactions. You can set up a Flux node and the Flux team rewards you in Flux for doing so. But what you do is you go onto a web server that rents a virtual server and you rent, 5 gigabytes of RAM, you rent 100 terabytes of, hard drive space, and whatever the requirements are. It's $6, right? You rent all of these computer components, hard drive, RAM, memory, and whatever the other one, VRAM. And then you basically connect your Zelcore wallet to it. And what that does is that allows Flux to utilize all of that power. Since running your node only uses a fraction of it, they take all of that extra requirements and then they pay you, say, $20 a month in Flux or $100 a month or whatever it is. The server is $6 to rent, but you're going to always get way more rewards in Flux than it is to rent that than it costs to rent that server. And then Flux takes all that server space, all that storage, and they compile it together and it builds this big cloud of everybody's storage space. And then what Flux does with that storage space is they lease it out to people that they give it out to people that want to build on top of Flux for free. So basically Flux built Amazon AWS, and Amazon AWS charges their clients $1.65 per gig. Flux is going to charge you absolutely nothing. They're going to give it away for free. You just have to buy 200 coins of Flux, stake them, and then you can stand up your back end on Flux. So for example, like Amazon AWS, people host their websites and applications on AWS's cloud infrastructure. If you Dockerize your application, meaning you put it in a nice little box so it can just plug right into the Flux network, which is really easy to do and it's standard. Almost every developer, coder, or engineer, anybody knows how to do it. So you Dockerize your application, like it took CADX a couple days to do it, and CADX did it, and now CADX is stood up on Flux. So if any one of these proof of stake chains is stood up on AWS and they're like a DAG or a decentralized autonomous organization and their project's anonymous, so the SEC can't come to say, hey, Ryan Matta, you got to shut down this website. And if I don't listen, then they go right to Amazon and they say, Amazon, this, little bunny foo-foo DAO is we don't allow them to have their website up in the United States, so we need you to shut them down. And AWS will just pull the plug right on your website and shut you down. So if you stand it up on Flux, there's nobody, the government can't go, hey Ryan, I want you to shut your website down, and me go F you, and them go right to Amazon and shut it down. So it's going to be any business that does business, they don't want to spend, your business could be spending $100,000 a year on Amazon Cloud. Amazon AWS generates 65% of Amazon's average revenue. In 2020, AWS did 40 billion in sales, and then in 2021 they did 66 billion or 62 billion, and that makes up for over 65% of Amazon's revenue. So Amazon's doing almost $1 trillion a year in sales, and $100 billion in sales, probably more than that, and then AWS is making up for 65% of that. So as the world, especially in the crypto space, like that's the key. The use case is the crypto space. Everybody wants to be basically untouchable in a decentralized way. I'd have to talk about it for a long time, my friend. Vulcan, what up, homie? Yeah, just search Ryan Matta and watch, man. It's like I tell everybody, you got to watch about 40 hours on any one of these projects to really understand what they are. So I got like hairs get stuck on this. My beard hairs get stuck on this, and then I get my face close to them, and they poke me in the nose. And then I look like I'm over here picking my nose. I kind of am, but don't tell anybody. Yeah, Dan's awesome, man. So I don't really know anything about. I've just given up because Flux is so. If you spent 40 hours studying Flux today, and you took a month off, you're probably going to need to spend another 40 hours. Their development and expansion of what they're doing, it's like every day there's a new partnership, there's a new, yeah. Oh, Kadena all day long. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Kadena is going to be the future, guys. Flux is like if you consider Flux Amazon, you would have to consider Kadena the internet. Now, I don't know. Like, I understand the layer 1 flywheel, right? I understand the layer 1 vortex. I don't understand a Web3 vortex. What are the 5 services that we seek from money, right? And this is where Zoid Pay really kind of potentially sets Kadena on a whole nother level, because in theory, like, stable coins are nice, right? But if Kadena gets a stable coin and it's an algorithmic stable coin, if Kadena launched their own algorithmic stable coin, oh boy, that would be scary for Luna. I still probably wouldn't sell my Luna, but if Kadena created a decentralized stable coin, people should worry. Because you talk about like the 5 services that you seek from money. You want it to be divisible, durable, recognizable, portable, and you want it to be scarce, right? So divisibility, durability, recognizability, portability, scarceability. So you need to be able to devise that currency, all the way down into 1 million Satoshis. You need to be able to put it in a safe and it not depreciate, right? Like, I couldn't give you apples. I couldn't pay you in apples. I couldn't pay you in bananas. I couldn't pay you in anything that depreciates. So you definitely want your money to be durable. You want it to be recognizable, meaning you want to be able to verify that Bitcoin is legit and it's not fake, right? You want to be able to recognize the serial number on your dollar bill and go to the government's website and verify that that's not a counterfeit, $100 bill. You want to be able to draw on it with ink, special ink that changes colors. You want it to be portable. So, this is where gold really failed as a service provider, right? Because you can't. Like, if Michael Saylor wanted to have $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, he says you'd have to go to the mayor of New York and pay the mayor in New York, a 5% fee per year just to store his gold. And then you want it to be scarce, right? Gold really was great in that aspect, that it was hard to get out of the ground, right? You had to put in a lot of work to, you know, extract it from the ground. And then again, obviously divisible, right? So Kadena meets all of the services that money provides, right? So as a currency, we finally have a currency that could potentially scale infinitely, and it meets all the services and requirements that money needs. Now, I don't think it's going to take away the store of value from Bitcoin, because I think Bitcoin will be gold and turn into that reserve asset. But a currency that you interact with on a daily basis from day to day, I mean, the Zoid Pay is going to allow you to pay with Kadena anywhere. Like, I'll be able to buy stuff on Amazon in a couple of weeks or months, or I already can maybe with Zoid Pay. So it's really, really interesting. I don't know, I lost you guys. Oh, there it goes. So when we talk about like the crypto vortex and why I say Kadena's, you know, faster, harder, smarter, stronger. If you just take a look at any industry in the world, and when you talk about like the turning point, like say, look at the iPhone. When Apple launched the iPhone, if you would have like analyzed and just took a look at every cell phone company that was out at the time, and you look at, say, the BlackBerry, right? And you look at an iPhone, and then you look at like a Nextel flip phone, and you look at this Nokia slide, or the side, like the Nokia Sidekick or whatever that phone was, where the thing just flipped out, right? And then you're looking at this beautiful iPhone, and you're looking at them side by side. If you had to bet on one, who would you bet on? Would you bet on BlackBerry because BlackBerry was the #1 cell phone provider for the last 5 years? Would you bet on Nokia's because their Sidekick was so revolutionary at the time that it melted your face? Or would you bet on a phone that looked so beautiful and was so easy to use that you could picture every single person in America wanting to use that phone? Spend the next 100 hours of your life doing nothing but researching what blockchain technology is, what it was designed for. And I say that because you need to spend 40 to 120 hours just understanding what Bitcoin is and why proof of work is not a bad thing. If you still think proof of work is bad for the environment, you haven't done enough research. If you still think that proof of stake projects don't result in a big VC making a majority of the money and getting rewarded with the majority of the rewards from that network, do more research. And eventually you'll come to the same terms that everybody else does. And it's just, there's just so much money tied up in this network, in this industry, and Kadena is a direct competitor to all of those. So it's like, you can think whatever you want, but at the end of the day, the technology is so much more superior. Go watch any AMAs. I mean, I'm still interviewing people from these other big layer 1 projects, and they're trying to explain how their future ideas of what they're designing their blockchain to do, and they're like a year out from even accomplishing these things. Like if they did everything that they designed and did it the way they did it, and they accomplished every goal on their roadmap, they're still not as superior as Kadena, not even close. So it's pretty wild, man. You know, I think for the first time, an opportunity, like you just don't have these opportunities to get out of the rat race. You just don't. You know, there's always a chance that Kadena gets hacked or something crazy happens that I haven't thought of, but, you know. I only got 4 holdings. If you watch my Ryan Matta portfolio diversification video that explains like how you should actually structure and diversify your portfolio, it'll explain, because people get asked the question all the time, oh, bro, you're bullish on VeChain or you're bullish on this asset. Why don't you own any? Man, I'm bullish on so many projects, bro. If I had all your money, I wouldn't be here right now, you know. But there's one thing about being bullish where I'm like, oh yeah, you know, if market makers push Bitcoin up to all new time highs, yeah, it's gonna bring up every project that's in the space. But if Bitcoin runs sideways for a year, 90% of these projects are gonna bleed so low that, you know, I don't really know what to say there. I try to think something funny, but I think it's this one. Nope. Ah, there it is. This one. Right there. There's my portfolio for you guys. Nah, no need. Nah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lend my Kadena out to the people that take profits when they think Kadena's $50 was the all-time high, you know. And then when they wanna borrow it, I'm gonna rent it out to them, and then I'm gonna rent it out to them by the second, and then whenever I gosh damn please, I'm gonna snatch it back for less than one fraction of a penny. Nah, if you just take a look at Ethereum, what is Ethereum's growth rate year after year? Yeah, I mean, at an annual rate, Ether's ROI is nearly 300% per year, and Ethereum sucks, man. Right? Like, it has no use case as is outside of a store of value. Like, the network's so expensive, it's so slow, it's such a bad onboarding experience for people that are new to the crypto space. So Ethereum's been growing at 300% year on year. How much do you think Ethereum would have been growing if Ethereum could have scaled? It's a no-brainer, guys. It would have probably flipped Bitcoin by now. Easily would have flipped Bitcoin. So I don't really need. What do I need to sell my Kadena for? Nothing's gonna stop it. There's not gonna be another Kadena. There's not gonna be another Bitcoin. There's not gonna be another Luna. There's not gonna be another. You know, there's never gonna be another Kadena. Because there would have never been another Ethereum if Ethereum would have been able to scale. Not anytime soon anyways, you know? And Ethereum 2.0 is never going to work. I'm even more confident to say that than ever. Unless they centralize block production. Now, if they centralize block production, then it's not a block. Then we got Visa, we got MasterCard. We already have centralized networks that are way more superior than anything Ethereum could do. Yeah, heck yeah, 169. Always, man. Wisey, I got you, homie. Altruism first. Hope, I don't know, because Kadena is not an Ethereum token. Sunny Jim, just doing research, man. Just doing research, man. Just trying to make videos for you guys, trying to figure out. I was studying blockchain and first principles. And I was over on Masari. And I was on Lunar Crush. And it had got a little pump up to like $2, or was that $1.79 or something like that. But the market structure looked really bullish. And it was over here. And then I came over. It started to trend up on Lunar Crush, so it caught my attention because I had never heard of it. And at the time I was studying layer 1 blockchains, and I was over here on Masari, and I was looking at Masari's top asset list. It wasn't on there. And then I think I was searching through ecosystems, or I forget what I was filtering by, and then I seen Kadena. I could have swore I don't think it's even over here yet, so it couldn't have been over on Masari, could it? Is it over here? Oh, it is over here. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I could have, that I saw it over here. I don't really remember. I know it was somewhere, somehow it started trending and it caught my attention. Then I looked into it, and I didn't even really look into it. I just kind of looked at the social metrics. I had no idea what it really was. And I said, hey guys, if you guys want to, if anybody from the Kadena team reaches out, I'd love to have them on the show for an interview on me. And Crypto Dave, because I want to see you guys absolutely crush it, man. I really do. And I think that 95% of these products are absolute garbage, and that you guys are being lied to, and you guys are being pumped hopium, because everybody wants to get out of the rat race so bad that all of these projects to a new investor look like your ticket out of the rat race. But in reality, when you start breaking down the fundamental token, like what blockchains are designed for, and even like, it's not what blockchains are designed for. I mean, if you go read Ergos or not Ergos, I like Ergo. If you go read something like, I mean, even Algo or any one of these blockchains, really. I mean, they're all trying to do the same thing, but what they're trying to do, Kadena's already done it and better, right? Like a lot better, man. Prathish, I know you watched my videos, homie. You've already watched all my Kadena videos. Who in here wants to tell Prathish why Kadena's not running up? What am I, short and ruin? Man, I've made so much money short and ruin. Oh, hell yeah. I don't know. I'll probably wait for it to go up another couple dollars. There's a lot of assets that are better performers than. There's always going to be a lot of assets that are better. Cardano, Stux, yeah. Because it's the future of the industry, my dude. Yeah, I mean, it really is. If you study what blockchains were designed for, you got to take a look. Like, I mean, there's $377 billion invested into Ethereum. Well, obviously not that much because everybody wanted to sell their Ethereum today. You know, there's no way you guys would get $377 billion out of the industry. But, you know, there's still hundreds of billions of dollars tied up in Ethereum. So you think that those billionaires are going to spend no money trying to incentivize and convince people that that's a good investment long term? I bet you the Ethereum Foundation probably paid BitBoy $100,000 to put out that video, saying if he could buy one asset right now, it would be Ethereum. Because or he has no idea what blockchain technology is. One of the two. Anybody that is in this industry today that is not screaming from the rooftops telling you that Kadena has the most potential and is the only blockchain that has the potential to flip every single one of these blockchains on its head, I think that they're just misinformed. I could be completely wrong, you know, but you just don't find a team as well put together as a Kadena team. I think that their biggest downfall is just going to be the lack in regulations and clarity. You know, I think once regulations are clear, you're going to really see the Kadena team shine. So I think that they're just trying to stay under the radar right now. What up, Vince? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's just there's no point, man. I live streams killed the channel, right? Being on here live, trying to help you guys and trying to answer all the questions is a complete waste of time when you talk about if YouTube is my business and I should be doing what's best for business. It's not what's sitting on here helping you guys. Mango Juice in the building. What up, homie? But if I'm right about Kadena, I just bought another $500 worth, or not 500, bought another $3,500 worth. If I'm right on Kadena, it just goes up to $35. I'll be able to take this channel to $1 million without even trying. So why work 20 hours a day, 7 days a week? I'll just sit on here for the next 178 days, 179 days, and make a lot of money, and then I'll just pay people to do everything I need to do. I've given up. It already has, Phil. It's on every exchange except for Coinbase, my dude. Does Rumble? I don't know what Rumble is. If it's a DAO, if it's a DAO that you have to buy a node and compound your node, probably not. Cardano, altruism first says Cardano sucks, but its holders suck. Hodgkins hype like Elon Musk fanboys that live only to obsess over fake idols. I mean, I like Elon, man. There is not one person in the world that'll make a bigger environmental impact on the world than Elon Musk. So hate him all you want, but he's most likely going to be the reason that your grandkids can breathe clean air, you know? I mean, what was Australia was facing an energy crisis for what? Like a decade? And Elon Musk went over to Australia and fixed their energy crisis in a couple of weeks. Really, I mean, he is the smartest dude. Just so smart, man. Four right now, Z. I wouldn't even say 4. I would just say 3. That's why it's $6, and that's why I'm so saying, hey guys, like this is. I think everything's ready to go on Kadena. I think they're just waiting for regulative issues, and those won't be there in 180 days. So I think it's just a wait party till things turn on Kadena, because we don't. Like, people are like, oh, well, how are we going to incentivize people to build on top of Kadena? Every single project, how many times have you heard, oh, the developers from Axie are working on this new game, or developers from Aave are now working on Pancake Swap, or developers from so-and-so are now working on so-and-so, right? If Kadena just has 10 projects that are built on top of it, right? Guess what? You're going to hear people saying that, oh, this developer from CatX just left CatX and is now working on, Booby Wallet or something. I don't know. I like how I just default to boobies. I'm a grown-ass kid, man. A man-child over here. Yeah, Cody Kai, this song's sick. NBD Nick, I think his name is. Is that it? Yep. Elon Fish, South Australia. He did. That's crazy, man. That's why I'm saying when I'm king, right? That's what I'm saying when I'm king. Now that's your username, when I'm king. When I'm king username. Yeah, that's why I say it's the watch party, because if we're sitting here watching Kadena right now and there's only 4 dApps built on top of it, I've already broke it down for you guys. Like, if you have not seen every one of my Kadena videos, I put them all in a nice, clean, organized playlist for you guys. So you guys can even watch from my very first, right? This is my very first YouTube video on Kadena, and they all say V1, V2, V3, so you can watch in order of, like, this video. I had no idea what Kadena even was. I was just randomly talking about a project that I looked at and I researched for 5 minutes. And I made a video on it. And then had no idea what I was even talking about, guys. I didn't buy any. And then I interviewed Doug. Then I interviewed Doug. And even when I was interviewing Doug, like, you don't see. Oh yeah, you do. I put Kadena in. Oh, I put the Kadena overlay on it. But like, look at my screen, like Cardano, ENJ, BNB, Ethereum, VeChain, IOTA, XMR, Blockster. Like, look at the coins that I liked back then, man. Polkadot. And now look at my screen, right? And even if I look at my screen, I can pick 2 projects off the, just looking at the bottom of my screen that I don't know if will be here in 5 years. So, yeah. So yeah, every video, it's like you can just watch like the evolution of my bullishness on Kadena and just watch me get. And then here's my interview with, oops. You know, and then here's my interview with Will Martino, the president of Kadena. And then he's the, sorry, president. Oops, I keep. And then there's my interview with their CEO, Stuart Popejoy, you know. So I've interviewed pretty much everybody on their team. It's hard when you understand what blockchain technology is. Blockster, don't touch it, man. It's a Ponzi scheme. I didn't know that their founder started Digitech and stole a bunch of money from Digitech and then started Blockster and was trying to run the same Ponzi scheme back to back to back. David, I'm an adult man child with a 5th grade reading level, 4th grade spelling level, complete degenerate, sometimes a dirtbag. I'm probably the last person you should take investing advice from. So I'm definitely not going to tell you to borrow money to buy KDA. I tell you to work a second job like I did. And just put, you know, if you sit, just do it like this, right? In January 1st of 2021, I took my job back as a controls engineer just so I could put every paycheck into crypto, because I was sure on one thing: when the market goes bullish and you go into a bull run, or you're already in a bull run like we were back in, you know, 2021, every penny you make, you pretty much double. Like if you pay your rent on the first and you get paid on the first, you pay your rent, and then you put your next, so you already had rent or whatever, you just put your whole paycheck into crypto in the bull run. It was a no-brainer. I'd be able to pay my rent just off the money that doubled out of my paycheck, you know. So, you know, I put everything I could into crypto. And you know, there's times that during the middle of the bull run, like I stopped trading with you guys. You know, I wasn't even trading crypto because I learned how bad of a trader I was, and I knew that I had to teach myself how to trade right if I wanted to be a good trader. But like at McDonald's here pays 17, or I think it's 18 now, $18 an hour. So say you work 30 hours a week at McDonald's making $18 an hour, that's $540 a week, and you times that by 4 weeks in a month, right? So say you did that for the next year, so that's $1,200 a month for the next year. You do it for 12 months. In a year, you're going to make $25,900. And you know, if you would have in September, when I first started saying, hey guys, this Kadena is the opportunity of a lifetime, right? When in your life can you ever have the opportunity? And this is not financial advice. I don't give investing advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not advise that you buy, sell, trade, or hodl any cryptocurrency. But this is my thought process that I was thinking. If you just went to work for a year, right? And you started doing that the first time I put out a video on Kadena, and every week you bought Kadena, right? Kadena is only $6 right now. So, and it was down to $4 a couple weeks ago. So your average price would be right around, say, $6 right now. September, so this is October, November, December, January, February, March, well, 6 months. And next month will be April, will be 7 months, right? So in a couple days, it'll be 7 months. So we times this by 0.7, right? So you would have had $1,800 that you'd have made so far, making just minimum wage in the United States, just minimum wage, right? Because it's your second job, you would have been able to put every penny into crypto, and you'd take $18,144 and divided that by, we'll just even go $7, right? Means you would have had 2,592 coins of Kadena off just nothing but us flipping some burgers and, you know, bagging up some French fries. There ain't no shame in making a buck. It don't matter how you make it, man. And then say I'm right on Kadena and Kadena goes to $300 by 2025. $777,000. So when in your life will you ever be able to turn 6 months of hard work into $777,000 in less than 3 years? Yep. So get a second job, guys. Work harder. I mean, if you're spending, I have so many subscribers that spend 100 to 200 hours in this live stream every night, you know? A lot of them are at work too, man. And that's what I like to see, man. You're like, yeah, man, I'm at work, man. I got you in my headphones. I'm like, let's go, guys. I've lost it all, man. If you guys watch my videos, I've lost everything I've put into crypto twice. I've been a millionaire, or I would have been a crypto millionaire 2 times over. This will be my 3rd time now going from absolutely nothing. And this time I said I was going to document the whole journey live. And that's what I did with you guys, man. We've been on here. I've not missed a day of putting out a video on YouTube in over a year, man. Right here. This is my journey. So if you guys want to see how I lost it all twice, you know, it's just, I want to call it dumb lucky in crypto. I guess is the best way to say it, right? Like, you don't have to be smart. It's a huge plus. Don't get me wrong. Like, now I know what I know now. But before I thought you didn't even have to really study crypto, right? I didn't know what really any one of these projects did. And I was making millions in the industry. Or I would have been if I didn't lose it, you know? Because at the time, there was only a few hundred projects, you know? When I first got into crypto, there was only like a handful of projects, like 5 or 10. So it wasn't too difficult to figure out what coins to put your money in. You just could, you know, blockchain technology was so new that even like the scams and the fake ones in the very beginning, like there weren't that many. E&J up over 30% the last month. Yeah, man, the market's just bullish, you know. You'll still see that, you know. I mean, I can go look at coins like, you know, Bitcoin Z. It's a complete dead rug pull. It's a rug pull that just won't die. It's a rug pull that keeps on rugging and never tugging. Sometimes I catch myself saying things in my head that I'm like, whoa, bro, you're so glad that didn't come. Those words didn't actually exit your mouth. Lewis, on what project? Sunny Jim, not a big fan of Zelcore, man. I like how I'm praying that the new upgrade is fixed, and you know, I don't like crypto wallets where I have to do a bunch of tricks to figure out how to get my money back out of. Yep. Yeah, people are really starting to understand that proof of work is the future of the industry. I agree. And Lewis, Lewis Stefan, what coin are you talking about? Kadena? 7 a.m., my dude. Sleeping. That's what I'm saying, right? I woke up at 5 in the morning just because I got my little man today, right? So I knew I had to put in some work before he got up, so. Because I don't want to be sacrificing time with my son. You got to get up early, you know? You got to put in the work. You got to go above and beyond to deliver value on every level. Kadena, I would look at Kadena. I look at Kadena like I look at Bitcoin, right? I'll DC all the way to 0. I sent it there. The thing popped up. and said it received my one because I tested it. I sent a test over, and then I sent over another because I seen the notification prompt up saying your Zelcore, your Kadena was deposited, but it doesn't show up in my wallet. It shows 0-0, but I didn't check. I just saw the notification. I was like, oh, it came, sweet. And then I went over and I sent another 125 over because I was gonna buy something on Kadena, and yeah. I texted Dan. Dan's like, oh, you got to go into our Discord and, you know, this and that. And I'm like, fuck that, man. I've done so much work for you guys. You guys can't help me get my money out of Zelcore. That shouldn't be lost. I was like, F it. I'll just leave it there. Just tell everybody not to use Zelcore, man. F that. I was so butthurt about that. There you go, Dentex. Says I DC'd. Yeah, I bought a few. I bought some Kadena at 20K, unfortunately, or $20. Unfortunately, I bought 20,000. I started buying it at $1. I aped in really hard at $1.30, like really, really hard, and then I aped in really, really hard at $3 and something. Maciel. Am I saying that right? Mikhail? Michael Summers. Yeah. I have, my friend, I have. And there's going to be a lot of coins in here, guys, that'll outperform Kadena. You know, I don't know if Moonripper's gonna. It all just depends. I mean, we've seen projects like Shiba hit market caps of 41 billion, you know? So there's definitely going to be coins that are going to outperform Kadena short term all day long. Thousands of them. Tens of thousands of them, maybe. But 10-year play, show me one asset in here that's guaranteed to outperform Kadena, and I'll buy it. Let's go, Joseph. Yep. So I just came on here. Said I was just going to come on here for the next 180 days and hang out with you guys and watch us all make money. You know? We don't need negative trolls like Crypto Dave in here. Later, nerd. Beat it, dweeb. Sorry, Dave. What was that? I couldn't hear you. It's hard to say about Algo, you know, Raymond. Kadena is just factually designed to scale infinitely and from the base layer with no needs for, you know, so I don't know, you know, I can't tell. I just think Kadena is more superior than Algo, and it has a lower market cap with more upside potential. Yeah. Dave, we can't hear you. What was that? Dave, can you say that one more time? Dave doesn't know to this, but it's a well-known fact that I'm not the smartest person in the room, homie. Keep watching. You'll probably find a bunch more mistakes. No, I wouldn't touch Cardano. There's a reason no big hedge funds are holding on to Cardano, and I could never find it. What's up, DXX Pack? I ain't ignoring your comments, homie. Your comments might not be coming through. If you're trying to shield me some shit project, most likely I have those words blocked, so I don't have to answer it. Pulse Chain's getting ready to go onto that list very soon. Actually, let's just do that right now. That's a great idea. Then I don't have to get, you know, I get all butthurt when I have to answer questions about projects that I don't want to talk about because I don't want to say anything bad about them. Let's just go into the YouTube studio. Let's just block those words right now. Then we can all be happy campers. I can just block every other blockchain. I don't want to talk about any of them. The only thing you guys can ask about is Kadena. That's such a great way to do this. Yeah, let's get in here. Let's add. What projects do we not want to talk about? Like Cujo. Remember when they were all trying to shield that coin in here? Cujo. We'll type in Pulse. Pulse chain. Pulse X. Pulse X. Pulse chain. ICP. Internet computer. HBAR. Hedra. Hashgraph. Hedra. HBAR. Hashgraph. HBAR. Spacing in between it. All right. So those are there any other chains that I get all butthurt when people ask me about? Pulse Sex. Yeah, good call. Pulse Sex. Internet computer. I got internet computer. Did I spell it wrong? Oh, I did. Thanks, homie. Good job, bro. Good catch, my dude. Good catch. There we go. All right. Sweet. After this stream, we don't have to hear from those trolls anymore. Man, that was such a great idea. Glad you guys thought of that, man. Thank you guys. Oh, now we don't have to worry about talking about those projects anymore. Oh, this is beautiful, man. David, no, I don't. Well, yes, I shouldn't say that. Damn it. I can't say anything bad about any projects that are connected to Kadena. It's just bad for business, right? Because if anybody's going to go sell some Ethereum and buy UFO... No, it doesn't make sense. No, I don't see any benefits to it yet. Because it's not built directly on top of Kadena. No, I don't. XRP, good call. Dentech, but I need to make videos on XRP, so... That one might get added there. I don't get too upset about that one because I really don't have to say anything too bad about it, you know. Moonbeam, I wouldn't ever buy any, but nothing's been able to invest in that I could have bought in the USA yet that I've seen that I liked. Like I got enough. Like I keep trying to tell people, like my strategy is a little bit different. Baby, no, I like Baby Doge, man. I'm very interested in tracking Baby Doge statistics, man. Very, very interested in tracking Baby Doge statistics. Their team is on a whole different level, man. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a project outmarket every single... Whoever's on the Baby Doge marketing team, just look at these statistics, man. And these were up thousands of a percent before. Thousands, right? So these were up like 2,000% from the previous month. So if you're talking about, 30 days ago, their statistics being up 2,000%, and then they're up another 313%. So that means that their total over the last 2 months, their statistics are up 2,300%, 2,200%. Dominance is still up 249%. Social contributions up 244%. Average sentiments up 4%. Bullish sentiments up 300%. Bearish sentiments up 300%. Shared links are up 146%. Twitter volumes up 314%. Reddit volumes up 8%. It's a no-brainer. And then watch me search something like algo, Negative 24, 8, 13, negative 34. Bullish sentiment is down 22%. Bearish sentiment's down 40%. Shared links are down 15%. Twitter volume's down 29%. Give me another one. Polkadot. Polkadot, negative 28%. Engagement's down up 5%. Dominance is down almost 50%. Contributions are down 32%. Sentiment's down. You know, Baby Doge is making all these other projects look silly, man. So, I don't own any Baby Doge, don't care to own any, but it's gosh damn impressive to see them market and make all these other big layer one projects with billions and billions of dollars look silly. It's just that simple, man. I hope the Kadena team reaches out to Baby Doge and hires the Baby Doge team and blows this project off the map. Like if I was Kadena, that's what I'd be doing. On everywhere, once CADX turned on, I would take over every ad slot on everywhere. And I would put, and then I would also start giving out massive amounts of Kadena to anybody that has a, you know, a Chainweaver wallet. I'd be doing special free airdrops every time they work with a new project. And that's where I think launchpads go wrong, right? You know, investing in a launchpad, I shouldn't have to buy into projects necessarily. You know, if I ever put together a launchpad, my launchpad would give you guys free tokens. Like, you buy our launchpad tokens, we'll do all the work, we'll help get all these projects launched. Thank you guys for funding us. Thank you guys for investing us so we could build this launchpad, because we wouldn't have been able to build it without you guys. And your only reward for holding those launchpad tokens is you might get a lottery ticket into, maybe buy into one of these projects early, but you don't know. Never, Vince. Why would I sell into Bitcoin? Ethereum's outperformed Bitcoin every year since inception. When you find a big layer one project, it should outperform Bitcoin. Like this one, I think Kadena on average will grow 500 to 1,000% year on year for the next 5 years. And as far as Kadena, you know, DCA targets, you have 3 key levels here. This would be level 1. This would be level 2. This would be level 3. And if you see, they're drastically, you know, and now here's your last level. If Bitcoin crashes down, you'll probably get the opportunity to get these, to maybe get in at 6. Maybe get in at 577, maybe 544, and holy grail opportunity of a lifetime would be $5. But I just don't really know if you're gonna get there. And with the upside potential, it doesn't matter to me if I got in. Like I had a couple grand over here I could have bought in. I still got more money I could buy in now. Anytime we're under 8, you know, to me I see the upside potential in it is just so astronomical. Gary, did you spend 40 hours doing research of it into the project? So this is the biggest downfall to Kadena right now. Me and Kite were talking about this yesterday. We have an hour video. I might, if I have time to edit it, I'll put it out. But how I'm looking at Kadena is I plan to trade Kadena on the next Bitcoin push up to a new all-time high, like Kite traded Bitcoin when he turned Bitcoin 100 grand into $100 into 100 grand in a few months. So I plan to trade Kadena like the same, but I would say the worst thing that would happen for Kadena right now, because if Bitcoin goes up to put in new all-time highs, I'm not saying that it's going to. I'm saying that if it did right now, say it went up to 75K, because without a spot ETF or anything crazy, like we've seen Bitcoin go to 69K and then come all the way back down to 40, I would say like right now, because the next Bitcoin halving, like we don't have that full on enough momentum to put us into a full bull run. I think the stock market and everything that's going on around the world will prevent us. So I think Bitcoin could run up right now to say 75K. And then Bitcoin will probably come back down to say, maybe it comes back down to 44 or 42, you know, just like we've seen it come from 69 all the way down to 34 again. I think we could go up to 75 this time and then come down to say, you know, maybe we wick down to the 39s and then, but really it kind of stabilizes like it is right now around 36, 37. And maybe we stabilize around 47, 48. If that did happen, and we talk about like how long the market was bullish for when Bitcoin runs, we can say this really bullish stretch here started and we ran up for 186 days during that stretch up. This one was 120 days. So we can say that this bullish cycle was 180 days. And that was a full-on bull run, right? So we had at the very least 180-day bull run. But really that started, if you go all the way back to 2009, you can see it really started in 2009. And then this one was a 120-day bull run. So we would go from the time that it's hard to say, like we could go, do we go from, yeah, I just went right from when we took off here. So if you say that this last bottom wick over here on February 24th was it, 120 days would be right here. So that would be May. That's going to suck, right? Right? So I say I would be mind blowing if we see CADX before May. June I would say is possible. July is likely. I would say September is guaranteed. So if Bitcoin runs up right now, as the current state, Kadena is not ready to support a pump up, and Kadena will not Solana. Right? Kadena might run up to 10 or 8 or 12 or 16, or maybe it does run up to, you know, 28, right? But I don't think it'll run up there without a lot of clarity on an exact date for CADX launch. Like we've seen Cardano get up to a $94 billion market cap, but you know, we also had Charles putting out daily videos. He was on YouTube every day. He was keeping the community updated. Kadena isn't marketing or building a community that I see the right way. And I don't know what their long-term logic is on their acting or why they are doing the things that they're doing. I've just seen other blockchains do things better that I wish the Kadena team would do. So without CADX, we're 100% depending on Hopium. And I don't think the Kadena Foundation or Kadena team is giving the community enough Hopium. And by Hopium, I mean trust. Like I think that if the Kadena team was on, you know, YouTube channels, and especially their own every day, posting daily videos about what's going on with the development of Kadena, people would be a lot more confident in trusting it. But, you know, like even when I was interviewing the CADX team, it was so Like when I was asking them questions, they would like look at each other, like they weren't sure how they were going to answer it. Like they were hiding things. And I think that they just knew that things weren't going to launch on time. And it bums me out that they came on my show and lied to everybody. It really, really, I would have never did that to them, you know? And then they got all mad at me. Like when I wasn't going to be like, buddy, you guys came on my show and you straight up lied to every one of my subscribers and you made me look really bad. And you didn't even want to come on there and apologize about it. You wanted to try to lie and pretend like you guys didn't say the things you did when we recorded them. Like they tried to tell us that they were doing these things because of bots and all this stuff, like assuming that we're like 12-year-olds, you know? And it really rubbed me the wrong way, man. I would have never did that to them, you know? And they came on my show for a second interview, and at the very end of the interview tried to be like, oh, by the way, you got a KYC. And then they got mad when I wouldn't put out the interview, you know? And it's like, dude, you guys lied, man. That's not cool. Like, I get you guys are probably used to most influencers who are like, you know, worship the ground you guys walk on and aren't going to tell you how they feel when you guys kind of screw people over. But man, I put in $20,000 into Kadena when Kadena was $20 because you guys told me CADX was launching in 2 weeks. I didn't need that $20,000 worth of Kadena. I had it setting on the sidelines just specifically for CADX. And the only reason I bought it was because you guys told me I could buy CADX with Kadena. And then when it came time to do it, like it just didn't happen. It just, I don't get that, man. I think trust builds the community. I think the whole CADX thing just blew it for all of us. I think Kadena, if CADX was honest about what happened there, I think Kadena would have stayed up around $16. But they they ghosted us, you know? Like there was not a peep from any of them on anything. So I have zero confidence that Kadena or CADX will be online being like, oh yeah, CADX is right around the corner. I think they'll be like, oh, we have this audit and you know, we'll keep you guys updated when it's time to launch, you know? Like I would have been like, listen, we're getting an audit done from Certix. On average, Certix does an audit over a 7-day period. So it's going to take Certix 7 days. And after Certix get done with their audit, then we're going to turn it over to, you know, Double Edge Bunny Fufu on, you know, he's a Reddit hacker or whatever. And then we're going to let him audit it. And then we're going to do, you know, the next one, we're going to let him audit it, you know, and giving people exact dates. Because there's just no way. You can't tell me you're going to hire a company that can't give you an estimated date. But the thing with that is like, if the audits find something, which I assume they quote, well, hey, you know, so-and-so found this in the audit. That's why we get audits done. It's going to take us, you know, 2 weeks to update this bit of code. And then after this bit of code is updated, we got to get one more audit done. So like if I was CADX and like, you know, I was lying to you guys, like I wasn't planning on launching until September or July or August, that's exactly how I would play it. I would pretend like, all right, so hey, we're code complete here. And that was on, let's just say, what does it even give us? Say they said code complete on April 1st, right? Oh, they didn't. It was May 5th. It was March 15th or something. I would say code completes here, right? And then say on April 1st, I would say audits start on April 1st. And then I would stay ghost until probably between April 15th to May 1st. And I would say audit error. I would announce that, you know, luckily we found, you know, Certix did their audit and they found a error. That's why we do audits. That's great news. It's great. That means that we have found issues, that issues were caught. You know, now nobody's going to risk losing money. From May 1st to June 1st, we're going to have our audit phase 2. Right? And then I would say that, so audit phase 2 is starting. And then on June 1st, I would announce the final audit phase, phase 3. And then I would have an announcement on a start date. So, and why I'm saying this is because I want to give people the worst case, right? Worst case, CADX does not launch till September 1st. And if it didn't, and it was because of quote unquote regulatory issues or whatever issues that they're trying to deal with, I wouldn't think it's because, you know, the code's not complete. Obviously, they're already announcing code's complete. I just think that they're trying to not launch and let coins be out in circulation for at least a year after they did their IDO. At the very least, I would say a year and like 120 days. So they completed their public sale, or their private sale was completed on July 1st. So yeah, I think that we won't see CADX till September, but if we do see it earlier, that's the holy grail, right? If we don't see it and Bitcoin goes bullish right now, why I say that would be the worst thing? Because the market's going to be so hype about Solana, AVAX, all these other chains. Every time Bitcoin gets bullish, that is an opportunity for money to be taken out of other blockchains and moved into the Kadena ecosystem. But because there's nothing launching on the Kadena ecosystem, Bitcoin running up will not bring any money into the Kadena ecosystem. And if CADX doesn't launch before Bitcoin finishes its bullish stretch, like if Bitcoin went bullish right now like it did last time for 120 days, Bitcoin would be at a peak, getting ready to crash by the time that CADX was even launched. So normally what happens is when Bitcoin's running up, people are making money on Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're looking to leave those assets and move into another ecosystem. So it's nice when the market goes bullish, if your product's running, a lot of people will FOMO into it. Smart ones of us won't take profits on it. And that's the name of the game, is just accumulating Kadena. No, I bought 34,000. I bought, and it wasn't even, I didn't even care, honestly, about the money that I lost. That, like, I have the money to lose, right? It was you guys, man. That's what upset me the most. What upset me the most was the subscribers of mine, because, right, I understand very well how layer 1 blockchains scale, right? So when you have this much bullish momentum going on, and CADX was getting ready to turn on, and their whole entire ecosystem was getting ready to explode, because they would have had meme coins, they would have had NFTs, they would have had tons of ecosystem development. Like, this would have never, we would have never came down. You know, I would have never bought Kadena at $20. Just to buy, like, I already had so much Kadena, I didn't need another $20,000 worth of Kadena that I bought at 20. It was at like 20 something in this range here. And then when BitBoy put out his video, I instantly aped in right after it came down again, because BitBoy put out his video at pump from 16 to 20 and then came down, and it was sitting down here at this lower level, and I bought another 14,000 because I wanted to have 20,000 total to put into CADX. I thought when CADX launched, they were going to launch at a really good value because all the other DEXs had. And then so then I bought another 16,000 that way. So, or I bought another 14,000. So I'd put in 34,000 total. So let's say what I do, I got 20,000, and it was like 19 something, but we'll just say 20,000 divided by 20.50. So I got 975 coins there, and then 16,000, or and I put another 13,000. We'll just say 13,000 divided by 1625. So 975 plus 800. No, I didn't do that right. 14,000 divided by 16.25. So I got 861 plus 975 coins. So I had bought 18,036 coins. So if I times that by current price, 678. Yeah, so I'm down I put in $34,000, 33,000 roughly. So say 33, and my $33,000 is now worth $12,451. So because of CADX, I lost. My portfolio is down 64%, or would be that part of it, right? You know, I would never have been telling people, hey, buy Kadena above $10, right? And I wasn't. In my original videos, if you go watch my original videos, I said exactly how Kadena was going to scale based off of looking at, you know, Ethereum went from 130 to 4,400 when dApps turned on. You know, Binance went from 40 to 688 when dApps turned on. You know, smart contracts turned on. Solana went from 20 to 210 in 204 days, right? Like I fully understand how these ecosystems evolve. And I would never have been saying that. And that's why I'm not back on here again. And why I came on here and, you know, I was like, hey guys, CADX isn't launching. This is effed. Like, we got completely effed in the a-hole, you know? And that's just me keeping it real. I got nothing against CADX. I get they did what they had to do, man. They have to do what's best for their business, right? Doesn't matter what I think or what my emotions are or how wrong or upsetting it was. They have to do what's best for business. And that's just how businesses are run. But they could have been honest and transparent and said, hey guys, we know we screwed you over. We know how effed up this is. We know that it's complete BS that we're making you guys KYC. We apologize. We understand that KYC is borderline racism. Like, there's no, you can't tell me based off judging, you know, you can't hold somebody to a different standard based off where they live, based off their geographical location, right? And that not be considered borderline segregation, racism. KYC is a crock of shit, man. And the fact that people miss out on opportunities, life-changing wealth opportunities based off of where they live, that is not fair. And I don't know why you guys they didn't need the money. That's the part that blows my mind. You guys did not need the money. You already had a $2 billion, like a $20 billion treasury or something like that. Not 20 billion, but you know, their treasury, because they sold, I forget how many coins of Kadena, CADX they sold for Kadena. So they raised 8 million between March 4th and March 14th. They raised 8 million. So if we take a look at what the price of Kadena was then, March 4th, Kadena was 33 cents, 34 cents if you round up. So, and check this out, guys. Look at, this is why I say, right? See this little bump here that started around March 14th, right? That little bump there that sent Kadena up 200%. Right? Look at this, right? This one little crowdfunding where Kadena, where people needed $8 million worth of Kadena, because people needed to purchase $8 million worth of Kadena. You know, it sent Kadena from 34 cents all the way up to $1.76. And it all started with that public sale of CADX in March of 2021. So you say that was 33 cents and they did $8 million. So you say 8 million. 8 million divided by 0.34 cents. That means that they were in their private sale that they accumulated 23 million Kadena. And if we times that by the current price, which is 675 today, say 675, they have $158 million in their treasury. So they didn't need to do a public sale, right? They didn't need to do a public sale. That's 158 million. And if it was my DEX, I wouldn't have did one. I would have just launched the DEX and let people buy the coins on the DEX at fair market value. And I would have let every single person in the world that wanted to participate in buying our assets outside of the private sale do it. I would have said, hey guys, guess what? Here's what's going on because of legal issues, regulations. We need to launch our DEX. We need to do our private sale and we need to wait 1 year until our private sale is done. And then after a year and, however long, we're going to launch our DEX. We need to do audits. It's going to take us a year. And I wouldn't even have said anything about regulations. I would just say, hey guys, we need to make sure that we're building a DEX for the future. It's going to take us a year to do it. Our launch date target is going to be July 1st of 2022 or September 1st of 2022. And, we just need you guys to be a part, and show us your love and support. And, if we didn't have to force people to KYC, we could have did a public sale. But because it's not fair that everybody can't participate in one, we need to just wait till September 1st, guys. So we're building a DEX of the future. It's going to be all these great things. And I would just show off and tease people about, what was coming. But, I can always look back and judge people for how they did things, but I don't really know what their plans were. I was just bummed off the fact that they came on my show when 95% of my audience is based in the USA. They told us that we could buy CADX with Kadena. They led us on to believe that there was going to be no KYC and anybody could participate. That was actually their word for word. Yep, anybody can participate. You're going to need Kadena to buy it, because altruism first, if they didn't lie, it could have been legal issues that got them in big trouble. So they were in a position where there was lie or you destroy the business. So, I don't know. They weren't honest about it, and it wasn't good for business. Obviously, Kadena crashed all the way down from $29 because people felt like they were being lied to. And then KuCoin locked up and froze funds and prevented us from withdrawing funds. So there was a lot of, BS that was, I think, all strategically done on purpose to slow down the growth of Kadena outside of the CADX team, right? And that's where if the Kadena team would have been like Charles and would have been out putting daily videos on YouTube, right? Yeah, we still don't have Ledger, right? Like they were promising us Ledger back in November. So even though I'm the most bullish person on Kadena, guys, I'm not going to be that YouTuber that's over here saying they're perfect. I'm going to point out every single area that they're doing wrong, just so you guys have the most accurate and honest investing information that you can find on a project, and you guys can make your own decisions. They're going to have flaws. They're going to have issues, and I'll be here telling you what their issues are, I'll be here keeping it real with you guys no matter what. Everything I'm complaining about that Kadena's done, big picture, a year from now, nobody's going to remember if CADX forced us to KYC and did, some things that may or may not been, the smartest thing to do at the time. Nobody's going to care, right? All that they're going to care about is CADX making them money. And if CADX launches and is making people money, which it's hard to believe that it won't, people aren't going to care about how it launched. People might reminisce about it. We might poke some fun at them and give them a hard time. Like, hey guys, remember that time you guys cost me 14 grand? But outside big picture, nobody's going to care. I mean, look at SushiSwap, right? The founder of SushiSwap rug pulled and then it stole all the money from all of his investors and then returned it. And SushiSwap's still here, So products have done way worse things. CADX didn't even really do anything that bad, And honestly, if they wouldn't have been on my channel saying those things, you know, I don't know why they didn't come out and say, hey guys, we know we said A, B, and C, but you know, things changed. It was funny when they tried to come out and they tried to act like they didn't say those things. Like we never said that we were that we said you're going to need Kadena. And then there was like 4 YouTuber videos that were like, they were playing clips out of my video that they said that like they were showing like a Twitter paste where it says, we never said that you were going to be able to buy it with Kadena. And then it was like right after that, they played the clip where he's like, yeah, you can buy it with Kadena. So it's like, thanks DJ Flexa. Yeah, that was in, we took this picture in, Punta Cana. Oh, no. This one I took in Michigan. Yeah, this one we took at Michigan and oh man, it's like one of my favorite places to go watch a sunset in Michigan. It's really it's beautiful. I bought that mirror. I bought that mirror specifically for this shoot. Trying to do like those reflection shots. They're really actually pretty hard to do. Let me see if I can show you guys some of this milk bath shoot that me and Bree did. I wish I could pull up Bree's Instagram. I wish I didn't delete all my photos off my Instagram. Check out these ones. These ones are really cool. So this is a milk bath shoot that we did in at a hotel in the I mean, look at how like the quality of these photos, man. This is probably some of my better work. And just look at those eyes. Is that not the hottest shit ever? I wouldn't have been able to do that shoot. I had to have Rob there to help me to do that one. There's no way I was talented enough to shoot that good by myself. I mean, I shot those pics, I did everything, but I was getting coached at the time. I wouldn't have been able to shoot that without Rob. Like, everything matters, right? Like, even like the compression on your shots. So like, here's a good example of what compression is on a camera. Right, so Bree's sitting in the same position here. See how big the headboard looks behind her? That is a 70mm lens. See how big the headboard looks behind her now? That is a 35mm lens. See how big the headboard looks behind her now? That is a 16mm lens, right? So like right now I could look a lot bigger, like the background could look a lot smaller behind me, and it's all about, you know, picking the right lens for the right shot. Oh yeah, I killed it on these ones. Check out this is Mexico. Let me just make sure there's no boobies in here. I'm terrified to like put something on stream that's like too inappropriate. This was a shoot that we did in Mexico, and we were shooting a music video for the DJ at the hotel lobby. And like, see how big the mountains look behind her? That's the difference in compression. And now see how big the mountains look behind her? See the difference in shooting with, you know, different compression lenses? This is a Fashion Nova shoot we were shooting for. This is one of the last shoots we did together, and I lost $10,000. We were up on these mountains, and absolutely killed that shit, man. And people always want to like give me a hard time about my, like, oh bro, like the thumbnail is something or other. I'm like, bro, it's my effing work, man. You understand how hard I work to get these photos, and I never really get to show them off anywhere. And now I'm getting the chance to show them off, and you want to give me a hard time about it? F you guys, kick rocks, homie. I put so much effort and energy into getting this good at photography, and now I get a chance to show it off, and you guys want to give me a hard time about it? Kick effing rocks, man. This is my best work, man. I'm not over here putting some chick of some photo of some random chick to clickbait you guys. It's my effing work, man. Let's see what other ones we got on here. Oh yeah, these smoke bomb ones were really cool. Gosh, I forget her name. That was another model that came out. These were some special effects smoke bomb shoots. So we get like the color smoke bombs, and we were trying to get the color to match her dress, but unfortunately the red was a little off. That was actually supposed to be pink, but the pink didn't match her dress. That's what we were trying to do, is like get her dress to look like it was just part of the smoke, like it did right there. And then we did these mirror shoots that were really sweet. Like that one's probably one of my favorite, where she's laughing like that. And then this one was done by Rob. There's some more smoke ones. This one was taken by Rob. So that was a really badass one. I'm actually up in this tree up here holding the flash. That was this one was taken by Rob for sure. All of these ones going forward, all the ones in the water were taken by Rob. And that was when I was growing I grew my hair out to donate to kids with cancer. And I took a stool out. It was like a little like table stand, like one of those little metal table stands. So it looks like Bree's actually standing on the water, right? It looks like she's literally out levitating on the top of water. And she's actually standing on, you know, this table that we got submerged, and I spiked it down into the water so it would stay in there. I mean, look at how beautiful that shot is. And I'm surprised I don't have the hair flip one in here. It bumps me out. See where else we shot up at. Oh yeah, there's been some fun one here. This was at a sunflower patch. One morning we went up and shot a sunrise there. Like sunrises, like mornings are my thing. Like you guys know me, I'll just get up and Bree used to hate it because I'd be like, wake up, babe, we're going to shoot. She'd be like, babe, I'm not getting up right now. We're not going to shoot. I'm like, come on, Sally, let's go. You know, like jumping on the bed, bouncing all around until she got so pissed off she'd be throwing pillows at me and shit. All right, fine, I'm up. Let's go. Let's get this money, boo. Yeah, man, we traveled all over the world, man. It was a blast. Some of the best times that I've ever had in my life. Nothing's more fun than getting paid to, you know, do what you love. That's what I love about crypto. That's my best friend, Bree. My ex-girlfriend, Bree. Yeah, those Rob is so good, man. Oh, check out these ones. These ones are really cool. I don't know if I can actually legally show these or not. I think these ones are all right. So these were on swings in Mexico. Oops. This was at yeah, that's Fashion Nova. I'm pretty sure that's Fashion Nova. We were doing this bikini shoot in Mexico for Fashion Nova. Had Bree's hair all done up like a kind of like an exotic Amazon model. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, here is Excarta. Excarat. I don't know how you spell it. Say it. Excarat. Yeah, so this was Excarat. You know, like those parks that you go to when you're on vacation in like the Caribbean, and they take you to like these fun adult parks for kids. I know, adult parks for kids. They're just adult Disneylands, but you can take kids there too. But it's just like, this was probably one of the prettiest places that I've ever been in my life. You can go cliff diving there, man. It was so much fun. Yo, LWKI, what up, homie? Phantom, Rob, what's good? When can I buy CatX? I would say September 1st would be like my worst case scenario date for CatX launch. And I'm putting a date way far out, right? I hope it's here by June or July, but I would say that, you know. Too much Photoshop. That shit's straight off the lens, homie. Those are almost raw. All the thing he did was... Shit, I don't even know what he did. Smooth out the skin a little bit. I already did Indian Kitchen. If you just go back 2 minutes, I just showed all of them. Yep. Phantom. Pictures of me. I think these are the only ones I got. Those are the only ones that Bree took of me. I'm the photographer, guys. I'm not the model. That's all I got, Indian Kitchen. I'm the photographer, not the model, homie. That's the only pictures I got of me, pretty much. If I would have known I would have needed photos now, I probably would have taken another. Yeah, that's the only one I got, really. You guys saw the one at the smoke shoot. I got one of me and Bree in New York, probably. That was us in Times Square. Because Haskell is the underlying coding language, and Haskell is the most advanced, most secure, and it has the biggest network of developers that already understand the underlying language Haskell, and that's what they created Pact with. Let's go, DJ Flexa. Yep. What up, Jado? I mean, I am a good-looking dude over here. I mean, I'd fuck me. Just kidding, guys. Totally just joking. Settle down, trolls. Phantom. You know, Phantom, I think if we go bullish right now, I think Phantom, if I had to guess, would be the blockchain that the billionaires target. Because they took their turn on Solana. They shielded it and billionaires pumped it to the moon. Then they did AVAX. I was kind of expecting Phantom to be that next one that they pump. You know, I think they could take Phantom up to, say, a $30 billion market cap, or at least a $20 billion market cap from here. So that would be 20 divided by 3.5 times $1.40. $8. I would say Phantom, if you get lucky and the billionaires come to play and they make Phantom their shiny object that they're gonna try to pump and say and convince all these retail investors that Phantom's gonna be the next Ethereum and it's gonna be the greatest thing since sliced bread. I would say you could potentially see Phantom on the next bullish run up. If Bitcoin goes and puts in a new all-time high, I'm saying you could potentially see Phantom hit $8. But that would require those billionaires to really target. And that would also require Phantom to be able to scale up to $8 without breaking or having any issues. So because it's a DAG and it's not a blockchain, and I don't really see a use for anything like that or a need to have something like that for to try to compete to be a big layer one that's going to have all these applications built on top of it. I don't see it, but I could be wrong. CADX pre-sale already ended. Public sale ended a while ago. They sold out. The first one didn't, but the second one did. So I mean, if I was holding on to Phantom and I even seen Phantom get up to $4, I would probably be looking to exit Phantom and get my money into another asset that's actually going to continue to grow and grow. Where I think Phantom will do now, just because it's kind of like the shiny object. It was really hot, but longevity of it, I think that there's a lot more superior tech, but always DYOR, you know? There's just no way Phantom could compete structurally against something like Kadena. But, you know, if they market better, look at Shiba's got a 40. Shiba's, you know, technically more trusted than Kadena right now, you know? Yes, KDA miner. I know that Grant, you know, they also said that, you know, Kadena was launching, CADX was fully ready to go when they were on the stream, on my stream, you know. CADX is done. It's all good. We're ready to go. All we're waiting on is wrapped assets and we're good, you know. And I think they purposely didn't put out wrapped assets so they could say, hey, we're still waiting on wrapped assets, you know. And then now it's all of a sudden, now we got to get audits. So we have to get code complete and all this stuff that we didn't, you know, they didn't say before. So I'm just looking at it like, okay, if I was them, how I would do it is exactly how they do it, right? Their code complete on March 15th. Audits started, you know, pretty much this week. Audits won't take long, right? So I'm saying between April 15th and May 1st, they magically find some error. The audit, you know, found an error. And then at around that time, they're probably going to say something like, it's going to take us a little bit to fix that error. And then they'll go on to auditing phase 2 because they quote unquote found this magical error. And then I think that puts us out till June or September, right? That would be worst case. That would be something like that I would expect from, you know, we've been misled by them on every single thing that they've ever told us. So I would say that we'll continue to be misled. And if I'm wrong, awesome, we all win, right? If I'm right, now nobody gets over leveraged, nobody gets overburnt, nobody gets hurt, nobody's under an impression that we're going to launch in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I say like this because it's worst case, right? If Cadex isn't launched by September 1st, we have serious problems with Kadena, you know? Because Kadena's how you can't back something, right? The same reason no big players, no crypto hedge funds have Cardano in their portfolio. Until you have a blockchain that you have ecosystem development going on, your blockchain's useless. It's just an idea. It's just a concept. You have to prove that it can work. So unfortunately, there's nothing official like that actually has a legit team that wasn't anonymous that's built on top of Kadena. So until people can actually confidently interact in an ecosystem, you won't get that backing from big players. There's only 4 applications built on top of Kadena. So now there's not even... Oh yeah, there's $7.8 million locked in Babina. Not with blockchains like Kadena and Bitcoin, they won't. And Luna's trying to be a stable coin, right? And that's why I say that the only thing that Kadena, in theory, could, like, you got to see that Kadena is an evolving animal. And this is where Bitcoin failed at, right? Bitcoin originally was never designed to evolve. It was just designed to not evolve. Like, that was the purpose behind Bitcoin. It was designed to not evolve. Kadena is the most pure form of energy. It is the most advanced form of digital energy in the entire world. And once it starts to grow, it'll steamroll, right? You're literally trying to pick up pennies in front of a steamroller right now. Investing in Phantom, you're praying that, you know, you don't take a split second longer and that steamroller just run you over, you know? Because everybody here, like, I want to see everybody win. So that when Kadena does come up, everybody's in here like, let's go, Meta, let's go, baby. Millionaires, retirement, you know, the entire squad. I want to have the richest crypto community in the history of crypto. And I won't get that, you know, talking about mana and trying to convince you guys that XRP is this holy grail of a gem, or trying to convince you that if I could only buy one coin, it would be Ethereum. That, I think, is the worst investing advice that I've ever heard. And if your backup plan outside, if you couldn't just buy Ethereum, you would buy XRP, I think is some of the worst investing advice that anybody could ever be given. I think that you would have to be paying somebody that's been in the crypto space at least $1 million to make a statement like that. Because it's so false, it's so misleading, and statistically, probabilities of that being a smart play. Oh man, it's the worst investing advice I think I've ever heard. Like, if I could pick if I had $1 million and I were to pick 10 coins, if you were to give me $1 million and I could pick 25 cryptocurrencies to invest in, Ethereum and XRP would not be one of them. Tempe? Yeah, Tempe will be built on top of Kadena, yep. Andre says, how do you still have faith in a Kadena when a product like Cadex is misleading people? I mean, the same reason people have faith on Ethereum when Shiba is misleading people, right? What gets built on top of Kadena, it doesn't matter what to Kadena, right? It helps the Kadena team grow. And that's why I don't have Cadex in my portfolio, Andre. That's exactly why I'm not even excited to buy CADX. You're 100% right on that, man. That's not how you build a team. That's not how you build a community. But, you know, I don't know what legal issues, right? Because I assume most of the misleading is coming from legal issues, regulations, that they're trying to make sure that they don't get caught and deemed up as a security. So they have to be very, very careful about how, what, when, and why they say it. So, you can look at it two ways, Alex. You could look at it from a psychological standpoint of just your ego, right? Because he's been so bullish on XRP. If he went bearish now, he would look like a schmuck and he would have to admit defeat. So just pure ego could be one reason. Payment could be another. He could have his bags packed on XRP and just trying to pump his own bags. Or XRP could legit be paying him under the table. Crypto Telegram group is now long. Breakout. Wrecked. Graveyard. What's that, Charles Smith? Yeah, if you listen to BitBoy, you will be broke. No, CADX isn't a scam. Not at all. I don't think it's a scam. Not the thought of CADX being a scam didn't cross my mind one bit. I'm extremely bullish and excited for them because you can't be bullish on Kadena without being bullish on CADX, right? CADX is going to get the most love and support from the Kadena team and foundation. And the success of Kadena revolves around CADX being fairly successful for the start anyways. No, they're all 100% sold out. Yeah, I love CADX. I love CADX, the project. I love, you know, a lot of things about Kadena, man. I'm just keeping it real with you guys, man. I'm just showing you guys everything that actually happened, and nothing I'm saying is a lie or misleading. Everything is factual truth of how things played out. It's unfortunate that it makes them look bad, but it's the truth. If it's the truth, it's the truth. That's all I'm telling you guys is what I perceive as the truth about, you know, either my opinion or what actually took place. Yeah, LWKI, hopefully that long run people realize that, and that, you know, I end up having 1 million subscribers because I've kept it real and been honest with you guys, you know. Jado says check cheese. Chili cheese. Chili cheese fries. There you go. Chili chills. Chili chill chills. Next target up on this push is calling for a price between 26.69 and 29.06. And you see this key area of resistance right here? I would assume that most likely that's where that target's headed. But that would be dependent on Bitcoin staying super bullish. Yeah, I would say at the very least you're headed to 26, 27, but between 27 and 29. And I would look for a retrace probably down 15 or 20%. And if it can run again, I would say if it hits 29, I'd be looking for a pullback to about 25 to 22 range, probably 24 to 25 on the pullback. And then the next target up will be about 35. And that's concurrent with this, or congruent. I'm trying to sound smart, guys. 35, give or take. Brad E in the house. What up, homie? Oh, good. I always forget. I'm like, man, I wasn't planning on ever doing these live streams during the day, so I want to make sure people that I was like, oh shoot, did I have the thing that says type Bitcoin in the chat to win tonight's giveaway? But I only do giveaways during the night stream. If the channel starts blowing up and I, you know, break 100K, maybe I can do some giveaways during the day too. We'll have to see. Slimmy Jim, I like the X wallet. It's easy. You you know, if you can figure out how to download and get it installed. The download process was confusing, and I pointed some things out to them. I don't know if they've updated or, you know, made it easier. You know, it's not my, it needs some work. You know, I wouldn't send all of my Kadena over to X Wallet. That's why I'm also starting to buy more Kadena, because I kind of want to keep, I got 3,500 Kadena in one wallet. I think in my main Chainweaver wallet, I got 12 or 13,000. It's such a big wallet, Chainweaver is. Oh, oops. Oh no, I gotta do it on Firefox, I think. It might make the stream laggy for a second. Yeah, and this one I got 13 or 12,949 coins in this one. So I got 12,949 plus 3,500, like 15 or something. Plus 800. What was in my X wallet? Say 875. And then I got 125 lost in CADX or in Zelcore. So yeah, I got 17,446 coins of Kadena. Give or take. There you go, JJ Lewis. I can't tell you the amount of people that have messaged me over the last month. Like, hey man, I've been working my second job for a month because of you, man. Just like I said, guys, like YouTube's my business, right? I have no desire to shill you guys any garbage coins. I have no desire to try to convince you guys to buy Kadena so I can pump my own bags. If Kadena only goes to, you know, say Kadena barely works and the technology is great, but you know they can't scale or something crazy. I don't know. Say some, like we've seen Cardano get to a $94 billion market cap. So just like the talk and the idea of what Kadena's potential could be means that the project's probably going to go up. Like we've seen so many worse projects go up so much higher than Kadena's market cap. Like Shiba got a $41 billion market cap. So you think that the Kadena team wouldn't be able to market their project to a $41 billion market cap? You're silly, man. So 41 billion, the market cap right now is 1.2. You know, if Kadena is what I say it's going to be, you're talking about a $2,200 market cap if it just flips ETH at ETH's current level, which ain't much, right? ETH's broken, it's damaged, it's old, it's outdated, it's a dinosaur, right? And you talk about something like Polkadot, just that current Polkadot, talking about a 20x, right? And Polkadot's probably still less than Shiba was. You know, Shiba's market cap's 13 billion right now. So if Kadena just gets you can't tell me you don't think you can't tell me you think Shiba got that market cap and you think that a project like Kadena with this much potential won't have a, you know. You know, that's a $78 Kadena if it just gets to the current market cap. Not even Shiba's peak, just where Shiba's sitting at right now is a $78. I mean, it's... So, I got no desire. I don't even have to talk about Kadena. If I never talked about Kadena again, Kadena's still going to do what Kadena's going to do, right? But if I do keep talking about Kadena and it does what it's going to do, it's good for business, man. I'm gonna change more people's lives in the crypto space than I think anybody else ever could ever. Like, I don't know if there's ever been a YouTuber that's found a project like this and then really broke it down on every level and even showed you guys exactly how it's going to scale, when it's going to scale, what's going to cause it to scale, you know? Yeah, and KDA Miner, when have you ever seen a project lock up their assets for 10 years? Like, the Kadena team doesn't own any Kadena. Zero, right? None. It's all locked up. Investors and others. So there's only their team only got 7% of coins allocated, and the team locked those coins up for 10 years until 2 years through 5 years after launch. This was their original. They changed that. The community was like, hey guys, your team, you're going to unlock all your team's funding in 2 to 5 years. And the community wasn't basically giving that into a positive light about it. And the Kadena team's like, well, in theory, I guess we're all millionaires already. Like, we're already very rich and successful because of our businesses and other things we've done in life. We don't need the money. None of the Kadena team needs the money. So they're like, hey, we'll show you guys how loyal we are. We're going to lock up our funds for 10 years. So the Kadena team, when did they get those unlocked? Isn't it 2030? KDA Miner, if I'm not mistaken. The Kadena team will not get to touch any funds or earn anything from Kadena doing good. Yeah, for 10 years. Brooklyn, I don't know where they're all located at. I know Will's over in Stockholm, but yeah, I think some of them are in New York. Yeah, Polkadot. So Polkadot doesn't make sense because to buy new projects that are built on top of Polkadot, you don't need Polkadot to do it. So a huge design flaw. And with their emission rate and the amount of coins that Polkadot puts out into circulation, 10% a year, nah. Ah, what's up, FOMO Libra? Libri? Yeah, I'm not bullish on DOT at all. Oh, Blue, that's nerve-wracking, man. That's scary. I couldn't imagine, man. Like, I think that what's his name did it best. Greg's Sour Nut. No, Will moved there when the whole. I mean, I think Will worked for the SEC, and because he built something so powerful, I think that he probably just wants to not be in the USA, if I could take a guess. I think he said he moved in the interview. He said he moved because of what was going on in the USA with the C word, the vid. He wanted to get out before we got locked down because there was like a whole bunch of craziness going on in the USA, so he didn't want to be here, I guess. Reckon I'll exit my XRP into Flux. I'd probably be... something I would have done a long time ago, but yeah. GMAD, not any micros. Dami would probably be, but like I've just come to terms with the fact that like I don't like we can go through that day we spent. There was a couple weeks there we spent like 2 weeks going low cap gem hunting. But it's so hard when the market gets bearish like that because the market goes in cycles. Give me 1 second. Let me grab a drink. Oh no, man, you couldn't. If you gave me, if you gave me any big layer 1 project in the industry today, I couldn't sell it fast enough, guys. I'm sorry. Even though I think Cardano is going to go up, and probably go up faster than Kadena because there's just so much development going on Cardano. If they get Cardano to work for a short period of time, it's going to explode. But it'll stop at probably $3 to $5 and then just die. But don't listen to me, guys. Go spend. If you're investing in Cardano, I would assume that you've spent at the very least 40 hours consuming nothing but Cardano content. And you should know everything about how Cardano works, how many dApps are being built on top of their ecosystem, exactly. If you're holding on to Cardano and you can't tell me exactly what issues Cardano has going on right now, if you just think there's something like, oh, I'm not sure what it is, like I have no clue, then you have no business having Cardano in your portfolio. Like if you can't tell me they're having issues with their UTXO model and how their smart contracts are executing on the execution layer, and that most likely they'll have that issue fixed in the next month and a half. If you can't tell me that, then you have no business holding on to Cardano. And if you don't understand that if Cardano doesn't deliver on their layer 2 promises in a very short period of time, most likely their entire community will abandon them. And then by the time they do get a layer 2 working, if there's any other blockchain that's adding higher superior value, cheaper gas fees, higher speeds, faster throughput, more secure smart contract language, people will leave it. Haskell's not shitty. Haskell's the future. It's just they just wrote their smart contract language bad. You know, that's why Kadena took Haskell and rewrote Haskell and turned Haskell into Pact and created the first and only turning complete or incomplete coding language. So you can't, like if you just go to Save by Kadena, I think is the website. Yeah, Save by Kadena. As of to date, in the last 8 months, $852 million worth of hacks. $852 million worth of hacks in the last 8 months. 8 out of 11 projects wrecked in the last 8 months. 852 million could have been saved by Kadena. Just because the errors that Sanded Compound that were there pretty much from the launch of Compound, if Compound would have used Pact, those errors, the coders would not have been able to make those mistakes, right? And these are some of the best coders in the world. V Finance, Cream Finance, X Token, Punk Protocol, Poly Network, Popsicle Finance, and last but not least, Thorchain, right? Rune, the one that everybody's so bullish on. Guess what? Kadena's safer, more secure. So it's just inevitable, guys. Like it is the safest, and that's what people don't realize. Like there is 852 million reasons why you should build on Kadena versus any other ecosystem. And dollars make sense, you know what I'm saying? Yes, that's why GMAD, you're right, man. All devs I know say Haskell is a nightmare to use. You're 100% right. And that's why Kadena took Haskell and rewrote it. So in Haskell, if you have to push comma, parentheses, bracket, colon, underscore, button push, and that means if you click this button, this line of code executes, Kadena rewrote Pact, so they take what Haskell has and they built a bunch of pre-built configurations on how to use Pact. And Pact is in human readable code. So they took the nightmare and they turned it into a wet dream. That's what Pact is. That'll be the cover of my next Pact, is a Haskell wet dream. Pact is a developer's wet dream come true. And that's why I say that that's what has me the most bullish on Kadena, is Pact. It's their coding language. Because it would take anybody else 4 years to rewrite Haskell into their own coding language that is human readable code, and then figure out how to solve the most complex mathematical algorithms that nobody in the history of crypto has ever been able to solve. Kadena did both. So if you want to compete against Kadena, you're going to have to rewrite your own coding language. Make sense? Yeah, Vince. Absolutely, you hold BTC, man. So, like I said, you guys just mark my words. Here's how it's going to play out. As soon as Kadena starts to scale, you'll see article after article after article of people trying to discredit Kadena, saying that things like, I don't know, Will and Stuart are now in a lawsuit against each other, and Will Martino is suing Stuart Popejoy, right? It'll just be complete fake BS. And it'll just be overwhelming because you're going to have people from Ethereum trying to discredit Kadena. You're going to have people from Cardano trying to discredit Kadena. You're going to have people from Solana trying to discredit Kadena. You're going to have people from Avalanche trying to discredit Kadena. But I would say the main two arch enemies will be Avalanche and Solana, both trying to discredit. We already see Polkadot bridging over and already trying to adopt Kadena because they know it's going to be so much better. We already see Cosmos doing it. And we already see, I would say Near, Cosmos, Luna's already doing it. And yeah. Never sell BTC, man. Yep. If you guys are new to the stream, could you guys do me a favor and hit that like button for me? And then, yeah. Yeah, guys, let's end this stream because I probably got about an hour before my little man wakes up. And I'm going to go live on my second channel right now because if my videos are too long, they just stop performing well. And I want to keep hanging out with you guys. So let's go live on my second channel. And I'll fire it right back up right after we get done here. So let me get my second channel over here for you guys. You guys got to remind me after I'm on these live streams for an hour, I gotta end them or it just kills my channel. So if you guys could do me a favor and help me out and remind me after I'm on these lives for about an hour just to switch channels, it'll probably result in me being on here live a lot more. So yeah, I just pinned it right to the top there. So my new channel, my second channel is pinned to the top. Love you guys. I'll be back on here in a few minutes.